Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Cultural Foolishness recap of BMF. This is for episode 8 from season 3. And I'm Creed of Exodus Studios and ArchitectsMars.com. And my co-host is...
Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach.
If you know, you know. You gotta say that. Well,
You,
forgetting your shit happening.
I didn't forget.
Trying to
I'm
switch it
sipping
up.
some.
Trying to switch it
No,
up.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
sipping. No, I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
trying to switch. No, I was just sipping.
Okay. So this episode, before we even get into fully just the recap of it, this season has been real up and down to me personally. I don't know. I feel like we've talked about this. I feel like you agree to a degree. But yeah, I don't know. Like this episode, it's a lot of stuff happened, but acting was kind of off in some spots. Some spots it was good. I mean, it's always up and down. Like, I don't know, but this one, it starts in the strip club. They was scripting.
Well,
Um,
that is what happened. So yes,
I mean, it's ATL. He back down there flexing his muscle.
yes, getting his Michi on,
Mm-hmm.
and he sees Angel, and she's over there with Glock and
Mm-hmm.
them,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
one of her little hood rat colleagues is like trying to get down, but Michi don't really work like that. Like you can't
yeah.
just, it has to be something about you that entices him. You can't
Mm-hmm.
come to him for real and he be with the shit. So yes, he
Mm-hmm.
let her give him some top, but that is where it ended. It's like, well, if you are offering services, then I'll partake. But on some other type of time, that's not a yes for him.
Nah,
It's
nah.
a hard no.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I
he's
get it. You married to the game. Like, no, he's just not
I
fucking with
just
you.
don't like you
You know,
like that.
like I know
What?
that in my single days, then I would kind of come up with things of the sort to kind of say, like, no, it's not that. He just is on this type of time right now. Like, no, like, yeah, okay, sure. But like if you was really that one, no matter what type of time he would be on, he would be fucking around and finding out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
But
I think after this whole situation with old girl, he not on nobody. I don't think it wasn't her particular. I mean, she was pretty, whatever, but I think he ain't on that period. Like, besides obviously what he engaged with, which was just that.
plus, Meech likes to be he likes to save people. And
Mm,
someone who came at him in such, like, he can't save her.
right, right. Oh, huh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
he comes from a space of like, oh, you in this jam, or let me get you out this jam. Like even with
Mm-hmm.
his baby mama, with the whole thing with Lamar in previous seasons, like it was
Mm-hmm.
that type of dynamic. But with her, she's just a hoe for the taking.
Yeah.
You can't say
Yeah.
I don't want to be saved. Can't save
Right.
her.
Right.
Shout out to Cole. Like,
Mm.
and if he can't save her, he like, no, I'm straight.
Right.
Like,
So from that, I think prior to that, he did the whole, basically it seemed like they alluded to Meech inventing making it rain at the strip club,
it came
which it
off that way.
it could be that, who knows?
I'm not angry at it.
But he probably was in the initial group of people who were doing it at the worst.
He was in the
Uh
committee.
he was
He was
in
in
the
the
committee, the first onboarders of that he was in that group. So after he shows out, Glock is there, he does not like how dope they look and he wants to leave at this point. I mean, essentially it was just hating. Plus, they don't like them niggas.
That hating gonna get you every time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
So
indeed.
um let me see. So after that, I feel like that was like the first scene before the credits, and then um just to skip to the testimonial part from the pastor. I like that part a lot. Um
Yes.
how T's baby mama was touched because she like, man, I'm letting these goofy people treat me
They
any
pool
type of
butt
way.
ass. Listen, like niggas ain't official just because they got money. Like you could still be a
Mhm.
goofy ass nigga with a lot of money. It's a
Oh,
gang of them running around as
hmm
we speak. So you get to a point where you're like, I'm not this clown ass nigga. Like do me this type of way. His old side hoe pulling up to the crib in the same mink, trying to act like it's tight like that, and it's not.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like that was definitely the probably like the last straw for her, which knowing
nah, that
Markeisha,
wasn't the last straw.
well, you don't think so? You think she's still about to be
No,
fooling
no,
with this
no, no,
fool?
no, no. I'm not saying that. The last straw was before that. The last straw was
Oh, when
when
he
she
was
was
with
giving
giving that letter, yeah, that was
she
it. You
was she was in labor and this nigga was out with her.
hmm
That was the last straw.
Yeah, that was
Um
crazy.
that's
That
why
was
that's why after
crazy.
the fact she was like, fuck this nigga, I don't want to see the kid. Da, da, da.
hmm
Now you ain't supposed to go that hard body in the paint because that don't hurt.
Help the kid. They don't help the
Right.
kid.
That don't
Cause
help the
they
kid.
shit is that's y'all. You know, y'all can't fuck around, but he gotta be there for the kids regardless. So,
And
you
he needs to
know,
be there.
right, it needs to be. And I'm sure that was just one of those things. She mad. She ain't gonna really do that. But as far as like
But see, it's plenty of
but
people who they were mad in the moment and they let that anger carry them out for the next 18 years.
that's true. And she seemed like that type that she could be that
She
way.
definitely seemed like that type. I ain't gonna hold you.
Um
Unfortunately.
But also, and this is just something that I want to add just from the standpoint of hopefully the guys listening to this will catch this one. We be making women crazy. So the crazy that you be getting be the shit that you've been doing to trigger them because you was doing ain't shit activities. So she's not doing anything other than feeding off the energy that he's giving her, which is all bullshit.
You better sit your ass on here and preach tonight. Shouts out to the former iconic podcast Dating While Black, because we did an episode about taming the cray, and we spoke on how niggas, and if this ain't you, if it don't apply, let it fly, but how niggas will make you crazy and then get mad at you for being
Being
crazy.
crazy. But you did all the stuff. Like, look, I've had those situations and I never try to like shirk my responsibility of, oh, I know I fucked that up doing XYZ. Like, I don't be trying to act like, oh my God, why is she acting like this? Like, come on, man. I'm being stupid. But
But we'll speak on that more in depth when on actual podcast
yes, it's coming too
episodes
very, very
of
soon.
culture foolishness. So stay
Mhm.
tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
But
indeed.
moving on,
So,
moving on.
whoa, so Bryant, he's going through a thing, obviously, and his old partner, because they're dealing with grieving these people that they lost. Obviously, he's way worse because that was his damn son. So he basically just like, oh, a whole bottle of E&J. That sounds like a good idea. It's
Just
not. It's not a good
irking and jerking. You do not need to be out here irking and jerking.
idea.
Oh,
Crazy.
irking and jerking on a high level.
So, basically him and his old partner, she came over there trying to get him from drinking himself to death, basically. And also she need his help on this mission, that she
Right.
trying
She's
to.
trying to infiltrate Henry,
Hmm.
and this Henry nigga, whatever the hell, them they is, like you can't just go in that thing solo. You
Hmm.
can't really do that because she'll have you thinking everything is tight, and then the next thing you know, like you're like giving fellatio to a dildo, and then you get knocked out the game. Like, you like, wait a minute, I was just giving head to a fake penis. Like, how did I get shot? Like, that's Henry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've seen it already. We've seen it
And
already.
then the reasoning don't make no sense.
It don't. It don't. That character doesn't do a lot of things that make sense to me. It's
Man,
very erratic, and it's not like a calculating villain, and that's why I don't care
I would
for
have
her.
much rather have seen Lamar on the pipe trying to get rehab and relapsing, and then that being a bit of a thing for
Hmm.
the season, and then kind of seeing more of a backstory on Meech branching out to St. Louis, and
Hmm.
and I would have rather that have been the thing for the season. But who am I?
But see, this is the thing, and I'm glad that you said that because this is a point that I wanted to bring up too. Is like with the season and the show itself just kind of being a little shaky outside so just to keep it a buck, if you and I weren't doing this review of the show, I might have stopped watching the show because this season ain't really knocking my socks off. However, the one aspect that will keep me watching it is I'm a history nerd, and this is supposed to be based off of things that actually happen. So, from that standpoint, I'll be intrigued. But then again, these little goofy acting moments and weird rapper guest stars that can't act, and it's just okay.
Sweetie didn't do that bad.
I didn't say her. The one I'm talking about is more so the city girl one.
To my Carisha, leave Carisha alone. She
She
did
was
that one
terrible.
episode. I know
Terrible.
that, but she did, like, it's not like she like they made her recurring. Like, she did that one episode. Her man got popped. Her man was an up and coming actor. I've been following him for a few years, so I
Hmm.
was a little sad to see that. And
Yeah.
he was good, but
Mhm.
like that happened, and it's not like she just trying to somehow pop on there continuously and make herself a thing. So
Mhm.
but I mean, I don't know. I
It's fine.
again, I miss evil villain man Lamar. He
Yeah.
was a
Lamar
villain that
made the
you
show.
didn't like, but you also wanted to continue to tune in to see. But we're not gonna harp on shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yeah,
So
it is. But
let's
this the
keep
thing
moving
too.
on.
It's based on a timeline of actual events to a degree. They're just fabricating, fictionalizing, blah blah blah. So if he wasn't the person who they were dealing with in them years, then he shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying?
But was he? Because they make it be known that at the very beginning, if you notice, they say it's loosely based.
Right. But still, if you are a consultant that actually lived through some of those things on the show, you will want it to reflect the
I
timeline of the
agree.
things that
And
actually
it
happen.
and if they had a them day in that time or whatever like that they were, dealing with, then okay, so be it. It could have been done differently.
I mean,
But
it's a show, so at the end of
but
the
I
day, it's that.
digress
Mhm.
as far as that's concerned.
So one of the other things I want to talk about, the dude who was in oh boy the Techwood dudes clique that's trying to like kind of
Yes,
branch off.
yes.
So he got to talk to Meech. They was about to set up a meeting with all the people. everything looking good, but then old crazy found out,
It
and
was looking good until it wasn't. And boy,
boy
what a
was
way
it,
to go out.
man, to
That
get
nigga did. Man, go
he
ahead.
he cut his tongue out and then like stabbed him in the neck.
Nigga can't taste no more catfish. Like,
Well, he was
and
gonna
then,
die. So
I mean, yes, but shit.
yeah, that's
Um, the first thing I think about when somebody talk about tongue is food, but that's just me.
yeah, that would suck.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he lived through that? Like, how would that work? Anyway,
Well,
and then delivered the nigga head in the club to Meech.
yeah, that's crazy.
They scooped ice off that nigga today. Was like, oh, hold on,
Wait, it's something
wait,
in there.
slow down, Jim Shoe. Like, what is this? Yeah, that was outrageous.
Yeah,
That was
dude is
outrageous.
yeah, he's crazy. Now, one thing, and see, this is the thing, and I think that's probably one, and again, if it was handled better, maybe I won't feel this way. But I feel like because the show is taking place in two places, the Atlanta stuff end up being stronger to me than the Detroit stuff because I don't like the villain for Detroit, but the villains they got for the Atlanta shit, they're
Okay.
menacing.
Okay, yeah. I like the Atlanta villains better, but I
Mm-hmm.
do like a lot of the Detroit storylines
Yes.
independent of the villain.
Yes. Like,
Independent of Henry, the storylines are a vibe in comparison to Atlanta. Because in Atlanta it's just strippers sucking dick. What else memorable do you pull from the Atlanta storyline than strippers sucking dick and getting intel?
oh man. So with what yes, that's a thing. That's why I'm laughing so hard. But one of the things that happened in this episode was Meech has decided to outfit some cars with these like different stash situations that they go back to the
Yes.
dude that go to the dude that the heavyweight champion cat had put them
Mm-hmm.
on to. So now they was trying to test it out and the dude, one of their guys got pulled over and they just had put some fake shit in it, but they found it pretty quickly. So I don't know if that was like, I think they just put out a decoy car that didn't have that upgraded shit yet. Cause I
Right.
mean, they was just testing to see what would happen. But yeah, they found it pretty quick and they was pissed when it was some baking soda. That shit was funny.
Baking soda. I got baking soda. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, they were upset.
Mhm.
You know what? Can we talk about Nicole? Nicole had her little
Yes.
hot ass out here. Let me tell you something. See, the worst thing that Lucille could have did was get that girl them damn birth control pills. Because
Mhm.
now she like, okay, well, look, if I just pop these in, then I can have sex. No, no, Nikki.
Mhm.
So now she out here being fast, and Terry then pulled up on her ass. He got
Prime
the
Big Brother fashion.
motherfucker over. He got this over here looking at him. He got that cock lazy ass eye looking at her, and then he got his good eye on her ass too. So they pull up. Well, they're out. What was it, outside a liquor store? Like, oh, the
Yeah.
tackiness, just tacky. So they are outside a liquor store in a car parking, and Terry pull his cock-eyed ass up, and he spots her immediately out his peripheral. He can't help it, and he's like, "No, fuck that. You get your ass home." What was interesting was, he was like, "Get your ass home before I tell mom and pops." And she was like, "I thought snitching was prohibited in your line of work."
That was funny. She definitely be coming with some damn little lines. I ain't mad at her.
Yeah, but my nigga, you are not in my line of work, so I'm telling.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
I'm just saying it was
no,
funny, but
I
as a
agree.
big
It
brother,
was
I was like,
clever
ha 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 ha, ha he hell, come on.
because I didn't
Huh.
dare. I didn't dare. I didn't dare. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time to be embarrassed
Oh
like that.
man. So did we talk about Charles and his
We have to talk about Charles and Lucille because Lucille's starting
yes.
to get on my nerves.
Yeah, so he got a
She
gig.
getting too big for her britches, like girl.
Yeah, she wow. So he got a gig. Of course, he's excited to tell his boo.
Well, first, before that, Terry gave this nigga some bread. And even though he's like, oh, I'm not an advocate of taking this drug money, Terry's like, no, nigga, get your family back.
Like, stop playing. He's
Stop
like,
bullshitting because
right,
she's responding to the bag right now that
right.
you don't
So,
have.
right. And I
So
got plenty money. So let's get mama back
here,
home,
nigga.
dumber.
Right. Let's get her back home. Right now, this nigga done delivered your whole grandchild.
Yeah, you're in the fucking hole, guy. Like deep.
Nigga. Nigga.
Yeah. So does the show. She's there. She's gushing and proud, of
No, but
course.
before that, when
Oh,
he told her about the show and was like, "Oh, you coming through, right?" Then she was like, "Can I bring Maurice?"
that was lame. That was super lame.
It's like you know what it is. Just because you with a nigga who don't beat your ass, don't mean that you got to just say shit that
Yeah,
will typically get you slapped.
yeah, because that
Like
was
I
like slap worthy for sure.
like you would never say that to Ike Turner
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Never.
You wouldn't say that to Chris Brown, but I ain't gonna tell nobody else. I'm gonna sit my sidecar on that.
Yes, Chris ain't taking none of that sass. He ain't gonna be he gonna be
Look,
greasy. He gonna be a
he
rapper. He ain't gonna be Chris Brown. He ain't gonna be
he ain't for
singing
none of
shit.
that lip.
Oh my god. They bogus as hell, them red dog motherfuckers, how they came in them regular people houses in Techwood and was tearing up people houses
That
and
was some
stuff.
fuck shit. That was super. And they knew they weren't gonna find out. They was just up in there trying to make the
Harassing
time
people.
pass till they little goofy ass shift was up. That was tacky.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
super
that was
wild.
raggedy. That was super raggedy.
Super,
I
super wild.
I want to switch gears because I want to, we talk about Terry being cockeyed and being pussy whipped and all of the
Mm-hmm.
things, but that nigga's still smart. This lottery scheme that he got going, that shit is genius.
Yeah, that's super
And
smart.
it's super smart. He's using the lottery scheme as a way to clean the money. And
Mm-hmm.
then this nigga then he's networked with the lottery guy at that is someone who owns a bunch of gas stations, and he got him to kind of bring in some of his people that he knows who are suppliers to convince them to cut off Henry.
I mean, his moves right now, he's playing chess and everybody playing checkers for sure. Like,
He got his eye over here and his eye right here. It's everywhere.
yeah, hey, he's seeing everything. He's
He
seeing all the
surely hell
angles.
is. Yes, he is.
So what's another? I love the part with when they was in that club and Vince tried to step to him and he basically was like, "Bro, I know your
His name
whole."
ain't Vince.
Yes, it is. That's
Is it
the
Vince?
kid.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh yeah, you did say his name looked like you said he looked like his name Vince. So that's
but
why I'm like, wait, his name ain't really Vince. Okay,
no,
yes.
that's the
His name
character,
is
not the actor.
yes.
And I was just saying he do look like a Vince. I'm sorry, he does. He looks like
The
one.
cop. The cop is who is heavily on Marquisha's bumper.
He a lame. That's lame. I wouldn't even be trying
If
that.
you don't think cops move like that,
Oh, I know they do.
cops move like that though. It's
Mhm.
like a lot of them, not all. No disrespect to the people who protect and serve, but a lot of those people are people who they were bullied in high school, or not even
Oh,
bullied. They just wasn't that nigga, and
right.
they got a chip on their shoulder, and then they took their goofy ass to the gym, and what I'm saying, got a little buff or whatever, and took their ass to the police academy, and or they went to the military and then went to the police academy, whatever the case may be. But they became a cop, but they still have this chip on their shoulder. And that's what he gives, because I'm pretty sure Markeisha didn't initially curve him back in the day, but she wasn't fucking with him. That's why he's not bitter towards her. He just still sees her as something that he can get, because she didn't outright curve him back in the day. And now he see like, oh, she with this young ass nigga. But he move in a way that most niggas his age don't move.
Right.
And you, sir, are goofy.
Uh-huh.
And it's not working out. And so when, T so eloquently read him his rights and was like, my nigga, at this time you do this, and then at this time you do that, and da 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 da, and ran down his whole life for him. Then Markeisha just put the nail in a coffin and was like, I'm not checking for your ass, get the fuck on.
Right. Whole time she's sitting there like, oh, this show. So what else? What else?
You want to talk about Angel popping up on
yes,
Meech?
yes. Actually, yeah, let's talk about that, but we're gonna jump around. So she talked to Meech, basically letting them know that she still is on his side and she's just gathering intel on Glock or whatever. But I mean, even if she is, like, she didn't kind of burnt that situation up with dude.
It's giving Amaretta Rosa. What's her name? Ain't that her name? That's her name. It's giving Candace Owen.
Yeah.
Fake ass spook that sat by the door.
So old girl warned him, and
so Angel warns Meech, and he's a little reluctant just because of how she moved, but this wasn't wrong.
Yep, they definitely came up in there shooting.
They came in there guns blazing on his ass. He was trying to get his little menage a trois on, and it just did not work like that. They didn't shot one of the girls.
Yeah, that was bogus. Yeah, they shot one of the girls.
I mean, she lived. They gave her like a shoulder joint.
Yeah, she all right. She all right.
Yeah, she be all right, But still.
Meech threw that nigga out the window, though. I was
hey,
like, damn. But, that's what happened.
Yes, he did.
Fucked around and found out, as they say.
He did fuck around and found out. That is what that is what occurred.
He found out.
Yes, indeed.
They found out that you die at the end when you messing with Meech, apparently.
Got his ass tossed out a window.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Got to be more careful.
What else happened? So real quick, I want to backtrack. The partner, why can't I remember his name? Now I'm gonna say Bryant. Thank you. Bryant's partner was.
See how quick things just swap out.
It happens.
Anyway,
it happens.
Back to Helen's husband. But yes, so Bryant's partner. Look, we got to remember her name. I don't.
Right. I know we're bad.
But anyway, Bryant's partner. She is undercover. Kind of dating Henry to, get close to her and all those things. And it, there's moments where it appears to be some level of vulnerability, but you can't forget about the fact that they are undercover. But we see Henry open up.
Right, a lot, actually. So basically, this whole episode showed Henry in a light that was trying to humanize them, like the earlier scene when her uncle came with the money to pay the debts for this month, probably only for the month, I'm sure, to keep up. Right. But still, it's like that's her own father is not really, going too hard for them right now. So
no.
That meant a lot, but then also show them in a more vulnerable light, like you said. And then the scenes with her later show both of them opening up to each other in some ways and seeing that they had some things in common. But I know that the cop is playing her. She's not, liking her like that. I mean, it's probably like a little small piece that's like, oh, but at the end of the day, you didn't kill the partner, you didn't kill Brian's son. Like, nah, nigga.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody
Exactly.
about to forget about that bullshit.
Facts.
So, back to Meech. He basically was back with his the homie in Atlanta and just letting them know what was going down and how they need to go out to Miami next.
Yes. Correct. So
Because they need to get with the mechanic who does the cars. Because everything in this episode was to test out how the police even check the car so he knows how to outfit the cars the best way when he does get with dude.
correct.
And the last scene,
Mm-hmm.
Brian had some more of that E and J,
That irk and jerk
and
got him in a different type of place, on a different type of time. And he been staking out the person who allegedly is kind of responsible for I mean, like, we know ultimately it's Henry who pulled the son's protection, but like he's the one who did the dirty work for Henry to pull the protection. So like, you can't get Henry. Tried that.
oh, yeah,
That didn't work out.
that's a yet. He gonna figure that one
Right.
out. I
No,
feel
no, for
like that's who
sure.
gonna end up killing Henry 9 times
No,
out of
for
10.
sure. But in the meantime,
I'm gonna get your
some
ass.
somebody's got to get got.
Somebody got to die. If you go, if I go, you got to go. So
And boy, did
yes.
he go. He got his ass
Oh,
whooped.
he beat the dog shit out of dude. Like that was like a brutal beating. And he looked,
I mean, we knew Helen's husband had it in him. That nigga's
oh,
abusive.
oh yeah.
He's abusive. So, we knew that he had it in him.
He's using it on the right people now, I guess.
Yes, because poor Helen didn't deserve that. But that fella, he was partly responsible, unfortunately.
Hmm.
So he got that work, is
Yep,
essentially what happened.
he sure did. But feel like that obviously that is it. That is the episode. I feel like again,
Uh,
it's been up and down
if
this
I'm
season.
allowed to be honest, this episode was a little lackluster. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
bad, but it wasn't something like you low key could have missed it and not been too much in the weeds about
Yeah.
things for real.
I feel like
Um,
this was a skippable almost.
yeah,
But
so we'll see what happens with episodes 9 and 10, because they need to be eventful.
yes.
For sure. So yeah, these two, it was cool.
Hmm.
There were a couple of moments, and I do mean two, but it wasn't anything to write home about.
Nah. And
So
didn't they already renew this for season 4?
I don't
I
know.
feel like they might have been like in before the season even came out or something. It was one of those type situations.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
it did. Mm-hmm.
so hopefully these last two will lead into the next season. They'll actually hopefully take the feedback that I know they're hearing. Like you have to cut your ears off and stuff the holes to not hear what is happening and what's
Correct.
being said. But
Yes.
overall, this was a cool episode. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. I think that's gonna be the one that's gonna have some real action and probably some high stakes moments. So see,
It damn well better.
you ain't wrong. Well, with that, this has been Cultural Foolishness recap of BMF. I am Creed of Exodus Studios and Architects of Mars, and my co-host is
Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach. If you know, you know.
Hey, so holler at y'all later. Have a good week, everybody. We'll be back. Peace.